Yeah, man. We're going to get to the next one, man. Have a direct conversation, whether it's good or bad. I'm going to tie you right in on that, man. Why you think that's so important?
Because me personally, if I have an issue with you, I'm going to see if we can resolve that issue. And at the end of the day, we don't have to like each other. We could get on that phone or have a man-to-man conversation and also walk away from that like, well, I don't deal with you, you don't deal with me. I wish you the best, you wish me the best, and that's it. I don't have to have no ill feelings for it. As I want harm to come to you. I want you not to be successful. So being direct, it gives you a chance to say, okay, what's understood don't never need to be said anymore. We just got to understanding of we don't rock with each other. And that's it. As simple as that.
And I want to tie in on that word direct, because there are many people that have conversations when it's an issue and they don't be direct, and you walk away saying, I wish I would have said this. Oh man, I should have said this. Or it don't be all the way solved because people don't be direct. They'll just talk to the person because, they just end up being put in this situation or the same facility around each other, whatever the case may be. But I ask myself, when you have these conversations, when it's an issue or it was a problem, did you really get off what was on your chest?
Yeah.
Did you really give your take and the person give their take? Whether it's good or bad, whether y'all want to be friends or whether y'all want to deal with each other ever again, did you really be direct and say what it is that made you feel the way you felt?
Yeah.
That's so important to do, that I'm sure many people watching this can test to that and say, hey, it was a time when, I had a situation with this or I had a situation with that, when I didn't get everything off my chest. And just to come back to the same situation and fall out again, and it just keep on, cycling and cycling and cycling and just keep on going and going and going. And y'all never really came to a conclusion of like, okay, you know what? I don't fool with you. You don't fool with me. Or how can we fix this?
Yeah. Or the same thing, like when you're being direct and we focusing on that word, when you're being direct, it's no loose blurred lines involved. Like say I'm saying something through a text or I'm saying stuff through social media, which could be taken out of context. Like he say, I'm gonna pull up. Then when they resolve that, he said my pull up mean two different things. Well, if you tell me you gonna pull up on me, that means you wanna really do some harm to me. When you see me, it's on sight. You know what I'm saying? So you don't leave room for loose interpretations of what something might mean. So be direct, even if you have to get a mutual friend or the both to navigate this thing. You know what I'm saying? And have an adult conversation. So
yeah, I think the internet, man, it really just allow people to be a character that they probably maybe they wouldn't have been if it wasn't for the internet. And to go a little deeper in that, it's like when there was a time, especially, and I want to definitely dive into this, these guys that are our age, that doing the same thing that these young boys are doing or these young girls are doing. There was a time, see, they don't remember the time when the young people that's coming up now in this age of it's social media, that's all they know. We know it was a time where it's when I see you, we're going to have this conversation or wherever how it go. But now, people our age, man, I'm seeing this our age that's like doing the same or reacting the same way off of social media. And I'm like, man, I get it. We know it's so common that we have social media and we have the internet. But it's certain things that if I can't talk to you where it's just one-on-one, then I feel like it's just a show. It's a show, and especially when you don't do nothing. Not that I'm condoning violence, but especially when you don't do nothing, you doing all this rah-rah when on the internet, then y'all never even had this conversation in real life, in real time.
You know my problem with some so-called men or men these days, period, whether you're young, old, listen, we like to pump our chest and say, oh, we move off a logic and stuff like that and stuff that makes sense. And we say females are move off emotional. But it's a lot of Negroes out here
Yeah.
moving off of their emotions. Like,
Yeah.
stop that. Take a seat back, calm down, and stop reacting to stuff because you upset at something somebody made a joke or whatever it may be. Stop moving off emotion, because when you start doing that, everything you work for and to become the person you is can be gone just like that, moving off emotion. So live up to moving off of logic and moving off of things like that that make sense. And I'm happy those two guys that we'll keep referencing actually made that call, seen each other at the All-Star game, you know what I'm saying, a few weeks back or whatever it was, and made amends like two men should have, and it could have been left at that or started off like that in the first place. You know what I'm saying?